Rain hammered the street like the sky was punishing the world. Era stood outside the massive iron gates of Imperial Scholars Academy, soaked, shivering, clutching 2 pencils shaved down to their bones. Her school shoes were cracked and taped, water sneaking in, biting her cold toes. Anyone else would look broken. She looked determined. The security guard squinted at her, judging her existence before her exam sheet. "This isn't a charity shelter," he muttered, voice dripping sarcasm. "You sure you're at the right place?" Before she could answer, a silent black Rolls-Royce eased up behind her like a shadow with power inside. Windows tinted. Engine whispering. Something elite watching quietly. Era didn't turn. She couldn't afford to get distracted. She wiped her wet forehead, hugged her bag tighter, and stepped forward. Inside the school lobby, polished marble floors reflected golden chandeliers. Expensive perfume floated through the air like arrogance had its own scent. Kids walked in wearing tailored uniforms, designer bags, expensive shoes. Then there was Era, uniform faded, bag stitched 3 times, and dignity stitched 100. A boy spotted her, the kind of boy born thinking the world owes him applause. Zion. Hair perfect, watch shining, smirk sharp enough to cut. He nudged his rich friends. "Why do they allow poverty tourism in a scholars building?" he said loudly. Laughter echoed. Phones discreetly recorded, but Era didn't flinch. She wiped her wet shoes with her scarf and simply said, "Sorry. I'll be careful." She didn't defend, didn't cry, didn't bow. She stayed human, and that shook him more than tears ever could. The exam hall felt like a battlefield, rows of students, crisp pages, nervous breathing. Era placed her 2 pencils and small eraser gently like they were priceless treasures, because to her, they were. A supervisor walked by, eyeing her lacking supplies. "No calculator?" "Math is logic," she whispered. "I practiced without one." Kids snickered. One whispered, "Confidence or stupidity?" But Era wasn't listening. Her heart was repeating one sentence, "I will change our life today." The bell rang. Pens hit paper. The room fell silent except for scribbling and occasional sighs. Era wrote with intensity, focus sharp, breath steady. She ignored the hunger twisting her stomach. She had skipped breakfast again. Bus money or food? She chose the exam. Halfway through, her pencil snapped. Loud. Sharp, her heart froze. Her hands trembled. Everything she carried suddenly felt too fragile. Zion noticed. His smile widened like cruelty was sport. He dangled his extra pencil from 2 fingers, then dropped it on the floor beside his foot, waiting for her to crawl or beg. Era didn't look. Didn't bend. The quiet girl next to her, the one Era helped earlier with her bag zipper, gently slid her own spare pencil over. No words. Just a soft nod. Kindness coming back in silence. Zion's jaw tightened. Her dignity annoyed him. Minutes later, Era noticed a misprint on the exam problem. She raised her hand, voice trembling but steady. "Sir, the denominator should be 24, not 42. The room went still. Supervisor checked. She was right. Everyone corrected their sheets. Murmurs spread. Respect flickered where laughter once. Saturday. Zion's smirk flickered too, cracks appearing. Desperation breeds stupidity. He nudged his bag. A calculator slid onto Era's desk, then he raised his hand like a performer rehearsed for drama. "Sir. She has a calculator." Shock. Eyes turned. Supervisor rushed. Era froze, throat tight, betrayal burning. "That isn't mine," she whispered. Nobody listened. Money echoes louder than truth, but the same girl who lent her a pencil stood up, shaking. "Sir, he kicked it there. I saw." A hush. A pause where fate held its breath. Before the supervisor could decide anything, the door opened. The man from the Rolls-Royce entered, late 60s, elegant, calm, power in every step. Eyes sharp like they had seen too many battles and survived them all. Everyone straightened. He didn't look around like he belonged there. He looked like he owned the place. Time moved again. Exams continued. Bell rang. Books closed. Era packed slowly, quietly, carrying humiliation she didn't deserve. Zion walked by, fake sympathy dripping. Well, you survived one exam. Now go back to wherever you sleep. Era looked him in the eye, steady, unbroken. One day you'll wish you had my strength. He scoffed. Strength doesn't pay rent. No, she replied, voice sharp steel. But character builds empires. A man in the back, the billionaire, smiled slightly. A smile only people who have tasted struggle recognize. Days later, the hall filled again, anxious breaths, tapping shoes, whispers like wind before a storm. Screen lit up. Point 1 ST position, Era Nor, silence first. Then gasps. Someone dropped their pen. Zion blinked like reality slapped him. Era's hands covered her mouth. Tears rose, quiet and unstoppable. She whispered, Mama, it happened. Before applause could bloom, Zion's father stormed in, anger wearing an expensive suit. This must be a mistake. My son always tops. No, sir, the examiner replied. She earned the highest score. Arrogance choked him. Then she cheated. That word stabbed deeper than poverty ever had. Era shook her head helplessly, words failing under injustice, and then came the cane tapping. Slow. Sharp. Commanding, the billionaire stepped forward. Enough. The room froze like someone pressed pause on life. He stood beside Era, placing a firm, respectful hand on her shoulder. She didn't cheat, he said calmly. She outworked the world. Zion's father scoffed. And who are you to say that? The billionaire looked him dead in the eyes. I wrote the exam key. Gasps. Phones lifted. Eyes widened. Zion swallowed his breath, and, he continued, I know she is honest and brilliant because I once stood where she stands. Poor. Mocked. Uninvited. He lifted a letter, embossed gold. I am awarding her a full scholarship, housing, books, stipend, and personal mentorship under me. Thunder applause. Tears. Shock. Era collapsed to her knees and cried, not small tears, the kind that wash years of pain off your soul. The billionaire lifted her gently. You remind me of who I used to be. And who the world will fear one day. Zion tried to speak, but ego had no oxygen left. The billionaire turned to him. Humility is a subject you failed. Until you learn it, you are suspended. Gasps again. Zion's world shattered. He looked at Era, eyes soft, regretful. I'm sorry. Era wiped her tears. I hope you grow from this. That's what life is for. No revenge. No gloating. That's royalty. She ran home, feet splashing through puddles like she didn't care about the cold anymore. She burst into their little one-room home. Her mother froze, dish towel in hand. The moment their eyes met, they both cried. They held each other like blessings finally arrived. Her little brother clapped, laughing softly. Era looked at the cracked ceiling and whispered, one day I'll fix everything. Her mother kissed her forehead. You already fixed our hearts. Fade out. Quiet piano. Warm light. Hope glowing. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe for more stories of kindness. And if you've ever experienced a moment like this, share it in the comments. Your words might inspire someone else.